Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. And on the 13th of February, we are going to have a number of beautiful fixed stars at our disposal. So it's actually almost like a beautiful gift for Valentine's Day. And yes, please, try to love your lover, your partner. Try to be happy for her or him. Try to it make her or him realize that yes, you love him. It's very important. It's very important that we people, we human beings, express our love. Sometimes when you see little animals like birds or like squirrels, and you take a look at them, how they can actually love each other. It's fascinating, and this is something that we should learn, I think. And now around or right before Valentine's Day, this is something that we should actually actualize or realize. Okay, let's take a look at the stars. And this is just a small portion, of course, of the chart for around 11 o'clock London time, noon, something like that. It doesn't really matter because, as you know, fixed stars don't move anywhere. Okay, they move only 1 degree every 72 years. So they are really fixed. Their position is fixed. And most of the planets are either very slow because at the moment they just turned, like Venus is still very slow, so is Vesta, so is Ceres, or they are slow-moving planets just to begin with, like Saturn. But the Sun will move out of the conjunction. Actually, it's not really a conjunction; it's an alignment of the fixed star Deneb Algadi, which is Delta Capricorn, the Delta star of Capricorn. So that is why I didn't prepare this video for the 14th of February, because I wanted to have the sun placement as well. So let's take a look at these fixed stars. As you know, in karmic astrology, fixed stars are higher dimensional worlds where the soul can actually migrate, can go to learn, to either to learn something important or to heal something difficult or something very painful. So they are fixed stars are in the entire universe. They are everywhere. So we don't really use the word conjunction. We use rather the word alignment. This is something that Bernadette Brady suggested way back in 2006, and I accepted it wholeheartedly because she has a point, of course. You can only have a star planet conjunction when the star is in an ecliptical constellation. So the zodiacal constellations, those stars can be conjunct, the rest can't. So that's very important. And also, don't ever use any other astrological aspect because it's not relevant, because stars are everywhere. They're not in the solar system, and they're not on, definitely not on the ecliptic. So you won't be able to have trines and squares and things like that. Only conjunctions and declination parallels. The orb is 1 degree either way, 1 degree applying and 1 degree separating. And also, if you use maybe a quarter of a degree for the parallel, then you can't go wrong. Those are very strong stars. Actually, if you use solar fire by definition has these orbs, so you can't go wrong. I'm not going to deal with the parallels and contraparallels at the moment, simply because it would be too much. It's quite important and enough to understand that the stars are always there. They don't move anywhere. And so the rest of the planets and asteroids and centaurs which are moving are crossing each star at a certain point in time. Of course, when you look at Pluto with the orbit of 250 years, it takes 250 years to cross over all the stars. But with the sun, it is only a year. And with the moon, it's only 27.5 days. And so you can download the energy. And this is important. The stars up there create energy patterns, either healing or for some super ability or capacity. And with the help of the planet that is accessing it, you can actually download the energy of the star and you can utilize it here on the Earth plane. So let's take a look at these stars. Again, I put there the name of the star in red. There's constellation, and the number shows the magnitude. And the lower the number, the closer to 0, the brighter the star. So here the brightest at the moment is Vega, and the least bright is Rukbat, which is actually interesting because Rukbat is the alpha star of okay, sorry, I put there, this is Sagittarius. As you know, I do these videos both in Hungarian, in Magyar, and in English, and sometimes I just forget to correct it. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so let's take a look. I copied here from Constellations of Worlds, the website, some of the constellation. These are brilliant, really brilliant illustrations because you have all the stars there. So you can see, this is Dana Balgadi, and it denotes steadiness and strength and stamina and the ability to be there and stay in a situation and correct the situation, rectify it to your benefit whenever it is necessary. So it's the stamina of the goat, of course, that can be utilized on the 13th of February. And then Venus is on Vega, and Vega is Alpha Lyra. Here's the constellation. This is the Alpha star. And what is a lyra? It's a musical instrument at the moment. It used to be a bird, by the way, together with the other two birds of the northern sky, Cygnus and the eagle. Vega was, Lyra was the third such constellation. It became a musical instrument, but it doesn't really matter because the three birds are carrying the shaman up to the world tree, and also music carries you up to higher dimensions. So it's actually almost the same concept. Vega used to be a pole star about 13,000 years ago. Now it's just a bright star up in the sky, very bright actually, and it denotes mystical and also musical faculties. So that's what you can download, and actually it has very strong healing properties. And also because Venus is aligned with, that's total alignment. There's nothing can be conjunct Vega. It used to be a pole star, imagine, so it's up north. Okay, so Venus can download this healing property of Vega, or this mystical property of Vega, and that where actually we are a day before Valentine's Day. And as you can see, Venus and Mars are conjunct. A lot of astrologers were talking about this, that, you know, it's the love goddess and her lover are actually uniting. But what we know more, we in karmic astrology know more, because Vesta, the focusing principle, is also there. So you can actually focus on your partner, on your partner's love, on love itself, how it manifests and how you can manifest your love. And actually, Vega helps you to create this magical environment. And then Mars is on a stella, which is Zeta Sagittarius. A stella is the star that connects the animal portion of the celestial archer and the divine portion. Here's this is a stella, and Mars gives it energy as well. Saturn is conjunct Sualocin, the alpha star of the dolphin. Here you are, and the whole constellation dolphin is one of the healing words for wounds created through the demise of Atlantis. Usually those souls who actively took part in destroying Atlantis and the Atlantean civilization, who actually helped destroy it. It's a long story. Probably I will prepare some sort of video on this, because actually we are learning more and more details, of course, through chart reading and through personal work, and it's quite fascinating. And there's a lot of information out there which needs to be kind of screened and filtered and put together. But Sualocin seems to be the star which is actually one of the main healing verbs for Atlantean karma. So that is at your disposal at the moment through Saturn. So Saturn, the planet of stability and the Lord of Karma, is actually helping you to deal with it. And then Vesta is on Rubat, which is the one of the feet of the celestial archer. It's the Alpha star, and again, this is the star where you learn how to use your physical strength, your physical body, to lift you up and aim for the divine, because that is what the function of the celestial archer is. You have a strong lower body, and then you can lift your upper body up towards the divine, towards the goals that can manifest then on the earth plane. And that is what Rugbat is helping to achieve. And then we have a very interesting fixed star here. Pallas Athena is at the end of Pisces. It's ready to move into Aries in a couple of days. And before that, it is crossing over Sheat, the Alpha star. No, it's actually the beta star of Pegasus. Of course, it's the beta. Here it is. The Alpha star is Markup. So this is Sheat. And Sheat is one of the main healing birds for suicide victims. I keep telling you, I mentioned this in many videos and in my teachings as well, that one of the greatest sins on the earth plane is to destroy your physical body. And you can destroy it in many ways, not just by actually committing suicide, but by neglecting it, but by taking harmful substances. I'm thinking about alcohol, drugs, pills, and what's on. So there are many, many ways to how to destroy your physical body, and all are a form of suicide in many ways. And this is something that is, it's a terrible sin, looking from the other side, so to speak. No one is actually punishing you. So it's not like, okay, it's a sin, so God will come out with a, I don't know, with a stick and will beat you up. This is not how it works. The soul itself, after realizing that it destroyed the vehicle that carries it, that has carried it in this life, realizes the whole enormity of the deed. And it's usually almost immediately this type of action needs healing. And one way to heal such deeds is on Sheat, to go to Sheat, Beta Pegasus, and learn how to come out of really debilitating stuff. So that's one thing. And of course, there is still on the Pleiades, the home of the creator goddess. It just crossed over into Gemini. It was, it was retrograde. It slowed down really, really, really almost to a halt. Then it turned around, and it's still at the degree of the Pleiades. It's slowly moving away, but it's at the moment it is. So Ceres, the nurturing principle, is at the heart of the creator goddess, at the nest of the creator goddess. And of course, then the Black Moon Lilith, which again, I should have put in Black Moon Lilith, sorry. Okay, Black Moon Lilith. Again, my Magyar is interfering. Yeah, I'm putting together this video because I was teaching over the weekend, 16 hours, and I have a very full week. And I just realized that I have to teach over the weekend. Otherwise, I would have all the time. And I really want to have this video out there because there's so many big stars that you can utilize. And I believe it's important. So that's why I'm making all kinds of mistakes. So it turned out I do need to teach this week. And again, one of my colleagues, it's a long story. So I need to chip in, and of course I will. So that's why I'm okay, so let's look at these four. You might remember that maybe a week ago or 10 days ago, there were 5 fixed stars. The 22nd, 23rd degree of Gemini is packed with bright stars, really important bright stars. Of course, they are everywhere on the, it's not just the ecliptic. Of course, Taurus is on the ecliptic. So Elnat, which is the beta star of Taurus, one of the horns of the celestial, tip of the horn actually, of the celestial bull. That's right on the ecliptic, of course, and it is the fighting instinct. Aldebaran is the alpha star, Elnat is the beta. It's always the shadow. The beta star usually denotes the shadow of the alpha, and it's some sort of fighting spirit, and also some kind of stubbornness is linked to it. Not as It's not like Aldebaran is more linked to integrity, how to keep your integrity. It's one of the royal stars of Persia. Elnat is a less bright and also a less prominent star, but it usually gives you the shadow energy of the alpha. Al-Nilam and Mintaka are both bad stars on the Orion. Here you are, Al-Nitak, Al-Nilam, and Mintaka. These are the three bad stars. They are all on the celestial equator, and the stars on the celestial equator denote divine balance that is linked to divine energies that are created for our benefit. So it's like balance is maybe the key word. And hold on, sorry. And then that's on the black moon. So the black moon, and of course, black moon Lilith is the returning goddess, the goddess who is in exile but decides to, because when she gets rid of the fact that Eve is being manufactured, she goes back into the Garden of Eden and rectifies the situation. She gives the knowledge, the necessary knowledge to Eve, this kind of deed requires endurance, stamina, determination, and of course clairvoyance to know what the situation is. And then the fourth star is Fakht, which is Alpha Columba, and the whole constellation Columba, the dove, is linked to peace, making peace, creating peace around you. So these are the fixed star energies for the 13th of February, a day before Valentine's Day. And here are the accompanying asteroids and centaurs. We have two centaurs, one on the star, centaur star, one so on the sun, Krantor, which is to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. It usually is linked to karma it is created by a situation that is not yours, and still you need to suffer from it, or you need to suffer through it. So it's this type of why me? Why? How come I can't avoid this? It's usually an unavoidable situation where you don't have any fault and you get into it just by chance. So it's bad chance, really. Sometimes you do have that as well. And then Ashburush, which is on Black Moon Lilith, denotes a situation where you are a clairvoyant. You know, you almost always are right, but no one listens to it. So it's some sort of Cassandra karma, when you have an insight into something, but no one cares for it. But once that 10 times you are right and no one cares for it, and then once you make a mistake and all of a sudden everyone is up on you and everyone is tearing you apart because you made a mistake. So it's kind of sounds like the woke mob in the Western countries. It's the woke centaur. Anyhow, and then you have three asteroids. Saturn is on, again, I made a mistake. Again, I didn't correct the Hungarian. That's okay. Saturn is on Merlin, and of course, it's the magician. Ceres is on Apollo, the sun god, okay, who could bring back the eternal grace in human souls. It's actually it's linked to the energy of Vega, because music can actually restore grace in your psyche, in your spirit, and that's exactly what Apollo was famous for. And then on Vesta you see Arachne, who is according to the myth, is someone who can create beautiful tapestries, but is not willing to thank Pallas Athena for her abilities. So she commits the sin of hubris. Hubris simply means that I'm not grateful for what I have, and I don't care for the gods, and I don't accept their sovereignty, and I'm being punished for that. So these are the energy patterns for these days. The sun will move away, so will Venus eventually. The rest, the asteroids and also Saturn will stay a little bit longer at the position. So you can utilize it at least on the 13th, maybe the 14th for the 15th as well. And remember, stars are universal. Planets, asteroids, and centaurs are human, because they are part of the solar system, so it's in our system. But you are able to download the energy pattern of the stars with the help of the asteroids, centaurs, and planets of our home, so to speak. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.